Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Roman Empire had smartphones? Or if the ancient Egyptians could Google how to build a pyramid? It sounds like the plot of a sci-fi movie, but let's seriously dive into this fascinating what if. How would our world be different today if ancient civilizations had access to modern technology? Let's start with ancient Rome. Imagine Roman legions, not just marching in perfect formation, but coordinating attacks with encrypted radio signals. Centurions could use GPS to navigate treacherous terrain, and military drones could scout enemy positions from above. The Pax Romana, their famous 2-century-long period of peace, might have lasted 1,000 years. The sheer military advantage would have been overwhelming. But it's not just about war. Think about Roman engineering. The Colosseum is a marvel. But what if they had reinforced concrete and power tools? They could have built grander, more intricate structures in a fraction of the time. Aqueducts, which were already incredible feats, could have been modernized with filtration systems, providing clean, safe water to every home in the city. Imagine a Roman senator live-streaming a speech from the Forum, his words reaching citizens across the entire empire in real time. The spread of ideas, laws, and culture would have been instantaneous. Political debates on Roman Twitter would have been legendary. Would the empire still have fallen? Maybe internal strife would have just moved online, but the scale and speed of their expansion would have been breathtaking. Now, let's journey to ancient Egypt. The pyramids are one of history's greatest mysteries. But what if Imhotep, the brilliant architect, had access to CAD software and heavy-lifting cranes? The Great Pyramid of Giza could have been built with millimeter precision, perhaps even taller and more complex. Instead of taking decades and immense human labor, it might have been completed in a few years. Egyptian society was deeply connected to the Nile. With modern agricultural tech, like automated irrigation systems and genetically modified crops, they could have predicted floods with perfect accuracy and guaranteed a bountiful harvest every single year. Famine would be a thing of the past. Their knowledge of medicine, which was already advanced for its time, could have been supercharged with MRI machines and antibiotics. Imagine doctors deciphering the human genome thousands of years ago. The secrets they might have unlocked about life and health could have put us centuries ahead of where we are today. And what about their famous hieroglyphs? With word processors and printers, the Royal Library of Alexandria wouldn't just have held scrolls. It could have been a massive digital archive, preserving knowledge that was tragically lost in our timeline. Every discovery, every story, every piece of history could have been backed up to the cloud. The loss of that library was a major setback for humanity. In this alternate reality, it would never have happened. Let's travel east to ancient China, during the Han Dynasty. This era was a golden age of innovation, giving us paper, the compass, and countless other inventions. Now, let's give them the Internet. The Silk Road was the original global trade network, but with e-commerce platforms, a merchant in Xi'an could sell silk to a buyer in Rome with just a few clicks. The flow of goods, ideas, and culture would have accelerated beyond imagination. Chinese bureaucracy was famously efficient. With computers and spreadsheets, they could have managed their vast empire with unparalleled precision. Tax collection, census data, and resource allocation would be optimized to an incredible degree. Imagine Confucius having a podcast, his philosophies on ethics and governance reaching millions. His teachings could have shaped global thought in an even more profound way. Furthermore, Chinese alchemists were searching for the elixir of life. With modern chemistry labs, they wouldn't have been mixing mercury and lead. They might have been pioneering genetic engineering or developing life extension therapies. Their early experiments with gunpowder could have led to controlled rocketry, maybe even a Chinese space program in 500 AD. A space station orbiting Earth, managed by scholars in Mandarin robes? It's an incredible thought. But would all this have been a good thing? Let's take a step back. Technology is a double-edged sword. A Roman Empire with nuclear weapons is a terrifying thought. The conquest and control could have been absolute, potentially stifling the growth of other cultures. Would democracy have ever had a chance to flourish if one empire had such an unassailable technological lead? What about the environmental impact? The Industrial Revolution caused massive pollution. If ancient civilizations had factories, cars, and plastic production, the environmental damage would have started thousands of years earlier. We might be facing a much more severe climate crisis today. The Amazon rainforest might have been cleared to make way for Roman superhighways. And think about the social consequences. Social media can connect us, but it can also divide us. Imagine gladiatorial combat broadcast on pay-per-view, or online misinformation campaigns destabilizing the Egyptian pharaoh's rule. The gap between the tech-savvy elite and the common people could have become a vast, unbridgeable chasm. Would technology have just amplified the existing inequalities and power struggles? Perhaps the slow, gradual development of technology was necessary. It gave humanity time to adapt, to develop ethical frameworks, and to learn from our mistakes. Each invention built upon the last, a slow and steady climb. Handing an ancient civilization the keys to modern tech would be like giving a toddler a sports car. The potential for a crash is immense. Ultimately, this thought experiment shows us how interconnected progress is. Technology doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's shaped by the culture, politics, and values of its time. While it's fun to imagine laser-wielding legionaries, it's also a reminder to be mindful of the power of the technology we have today. We are living in the future that our ancestors could only dream of. The question is, what will we do with it? What kind of world will we build for the civilizations that come after us? What do you think? Which ancient civilization do you believe would have used modern tech most effectively? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. It's a fascinating topic to discuss. Thanks so much for watching and exploring this alternate history with me. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more mind-bending what-ifs. We'll see you in the next video.